Hey, my social media family, I'm that girl Goddess, and I know it's been a while. I've been doing a lot of work into my home and everything, and rearranging furniture, and I have a lot more to go, but I just said I'm gonna fix my light so we can see a little bit better. Okay, that's a little better. Um, Today I'm gonna discuss relationships, letting people go. Okay, sometimes you can meet somebody and y'all vibe so good. The chemistry is there. You're mentally clicking, emotionally, even spiritually, which is hard to find. Somebody that really, walk really in sync with you. Okay, even financially. And you got to let them go sometime. And people say, well, why is that? Sometimes you can have everything going for you, but they can have one problem that's so major that you just gotta let them go. Okay, if everybody see this eye right here, and this one's gray and this one's brown, let me explain to you. My eyes change colors, so if they get to changing, just know, okay, just know they change colors. So we're not gonna comment on that no more. Okay. Oh yeah, because my father has blue eyes, ice blue eyes, so they tend to do that. But and they reflect back and forth, back and forth. But anyway, sometimes a person you meet and they can be an alcoholic, extreme alcoholic, but everything else checks out so well, you know. And when they become alcoholic, they just get real horrific. They can be a mean alcoholic drunk. And sometimes the relationship ain't worth it because when they crash out, they can say some of the meanest, the cruelest things. You know, I have a cousin, man, when she get to drinking, she gonna take off all her clothes. She get to pooping on herself. She start pushing it on other people. You know, that's what she do. That's all I can say. And a lot of times you just have to let people go. You can just tell them, I love you. I want to be with you. You cool. I enjoy my time with you when you are sober. But outside of that, I'm going to have to let you go. Because it ain't good for my personal well-being. Because once you get out of sync and get to drinking and I go down, I mean, you saying mean things to me. We almost getting in altercations. I can possibly go to jail behind our altercations. You just have to let some people go. And they just got to accept it. You got to accept it. Sometimes you let people go because their spiritual practices can be so overwhelming. Evil and demons can flow in like a flood. And you walking with Christ, and some people, especially this new age religion, they think they'll go to church today and go get saved. And then next thing you know, they're at the motorcycle club doing rituals. And we got gospel singers that's famous. They're part of secret societies. We got pastors part of secret societies. They done sold they soul. They doing rituals. You know what else? Sacrifices. And they think it's okay. But you get involved with them. Trust me, them demons are real. Those demons are real. Okay? We can't sometimes be with people because we be unequally yoked. Okay? But when they're not off into that, when you first met them, oh, it was beautiful. And then as you go along, you get to seeing toxic behavior. And sometimes we just have to let them go. And it hurts because it's so hard to find a soul connection and everything, compatibility. And, you really love some people. And you got to admit, I love them. Okay, I love the intimacy. But I cannot stay within this relationship because it's too toxic. It's not serving my greater well-being. And sometimes it's just like that. Sometimes some people you with, they a thief. You save money and they steal it. Okay? And I done seen people, you put $1 down in your house and this person will take the dollar. You put your debit card down, trust me. Sometimes if they find out your PIN number, they go spend your money and don't think they did anything wrong. But sometimes those gray areas that's toxic can be so overwhelming. You'll realize it's not a gray area, it's a black area. Okay? And you have to let people go. Don't feel bad. See, this is what this is about. Sometimes you got to let go of the bad for the good. You have to admit when you're overwhelmed, it's too much. Okay? Some of you meet them, they got a gambling problem. I said party. They have a gambling problem. And they start taking all their money, and next thing you know, they supposed to be paying a mortgage, and they went to the slot machine. And you may love them ever so much, but you homeless now. You trying to work through it. Sometimes it's a drug problem. You have to sometimes let the people that you truly and deeply love go because of their toxic behaviors. You have to first love yourself. You can't love nobody else till you love yourself. And when you love yourself, you have to safeguard yourself. You got to protect yourself from things that will destroy you. Okay? That's what you got to do. It'll soon change back. I wake up sometimes and my eyes, both of them be grayish blue. And other times it be a light hazel, and other times it's deep in its color, but it changes constantly. I just don't like it because when I'm looking at myself, I look kind of weird with that, like that. But ain't nothing I can do about it. But nonetheless, we going to continue on. I'm going to be talking about, loving yourself means you have to do what's best for you. I understand when you love somebody else that your love covers a multitude of sins, shortcomings. But some of these things, shortcomings, is so destructive. Not only is it going to destroy them, it will destroy you. Okay? You don't have to, you can be with someone that's a violent drinker, and you be like, well, they doing that to their body. It's going to destroy their liver and kidneys and whatever other body organs it's going to affect, causing them to be dehydrated and, all kind of serious problems. But when they start fighting you, go into a rage and they drunk, and they hit you in your head or in your spine, you trying to run, and they hitting you in your spine, below your neck, and next thing you know, you paralyzed. You a battered woman or man. Sometimes you have to let people go because they hurting you. It's not serving your better good. And some people, especially if it comes to addictions, and that don't just mean alcohol and drugs, it could be gambling. Okay? It can be, how I'm going to say it, intimacy. Okay? And they have a lust on them so bad that they got to be with a different person every night. They like a nympho. Okay? And they're not careful when they're in that state. They just got a habit. And they can bring you home STDs. Sometimes you got to shut people off for your greater good. And there's nothing wrong with loving you. Never feel guilty for doing what is best for you. My name is That Girl Goddess. I'm getting ready to end this video. But I'm just telling everybody, this is one of the things that was laid on my heart and on my mind. And I hear so many women talking about, but he is so sweet. He is so good. I've seen men do it. But, oh, my God, I can't handle this. And it affecting the kids. You can lose your whole household. The state take your kids because of a gambling problem. Some of alcoholism and, people who are financially immature. They won't pay the bills. You depended upon them. They flaky this month. They work for 3 months, and the next 3 months they won't work. They stealing your credit card and borrowing money, and people coming to the house looking for you. Sometimes it's just best to let go. It doesn't serve your higher good. Y'all be blessed. I'm that girl goddess. And I'm going to say self-love is the first love. And in order to love yourself, you have to safeguard every area of your life. You got to safeguard your finances, your mental, your emotional status. You have to safeguard yourself sexually. Okay, you got to safeguard yourself physically. You know, we all have three needs in this world in order to survive. We need food, shelter, and water outside of clothing to survive. So you got to safeguard all of that, even spiritually. You got to safeguard yourself, because if you don't think witchcraft work, you have one to grow on. It's a reason why God said, suffer not the witch to live. And witches are people who do spiritual curses upon people, evil. It is. I tell people when they say they light workers, well, you may be a Christian. God didn't tell you not to do that. That's why he had the three wise men give Jesus some frankincense and myrrh, okay, for spiritual cleansing. He'll tell you to spiritually cleanse, to fast, to light that candle. You know, I tell people, first of all, you don't know what you're talking about, because Christians are supposed to be spiritual too. He said to be spiritual minded is life. Okay? And to be carnal minded is death. So when people get to telling you, okay, now my eyes done adjusted. Okay. When you get to the point that you're believing that because you prayed and you lit a white candle, or you went and took some sage around your house, or some frankincense and myrrh, and prayed over your lawn and did spiritual work, so you won't be harmed, your household won't harm. You can do stuff for protection and still be a Christian. Okay? I don't know who told this new generation that you're not supposed to do that, because you do. Okay, you have spiritual shadow work you got to do as a Christian. We take up wailings when we're reading 100 chapters, and we're fasting with water, and we're meditating on things. You know, we have meditations to draw things to our greater good. Okay, we are supposed to do that. We're not supposed to do evil. Okay, we can pray and send it back to the sender, because you don't have to accept nothing that anybody give you. If they're giving you something evil, the evil eye, you send it back to the sender. It's gonna go back. Ain't nothing they can do about it, because once they send it back, it's gonna fall upon them. It's gonna go in operation. They can't shut it down. They can't cut it off. That's their judgment. Then God's gonna send his wrath if you're a Christian and you're walking right. Okay, I'm just, woke up, I was passionate about these things, because a lot of people say, well, people you grow up with, they're no longer friends, or they haven't seen in a long time. And I tell people, well, on my Facebook page, a lot of people I grew up with, most of them, I have been around them most of the majority of their life. But I don't hang out with them. Even in high school, when I started going to college, and I had 3 double promotions, let me tell you, my friends wasn't hanging out with me because I was in my books a lot. I was going to primer warning classes, college entry classes. My people that was my age, I upgraded 3 grades above them. Okay, so when I was graduating, I was real young, much younger. I was put in work study program, had to be approved to get a job, because I had 3 double promotion. I had 4. I only took 3. So I'm saying that to say, if you on your spiritual walk and you growing with God and you are advancing, your friends are going to change. Not because you don't like them, but because you no longer have stuff in common. It can trigger some people's jealousy, evil, okay? Irritate their demons. But you have to do what's best for you. You may still love hanging out with that person, but if they don't want you to advance, you're going to have to let people that's cop blocking your future, you're going to have to let people go. And you shouldn't feel bad about that. Because who are you leaving? If you done set a goal in your life and say, I'm going to be that PhD, and just because they went to a trade school and feel that you think you better than them now, which you don't, because there's nothing wrong with trade school. If you're not college material and don't want to go all them years, it's nothing wrong with that. Okay, you can do both. But if this person desire to be a doctor, you desire to be a doctor, who are other people to tell you that you can't go further? You too busy to hang out at the club because you got so much homework. Okay, you doing externship and still taking classes. Who are they? You are the CEO of your life outside of God, the Father, the Most High. You know, you shouldn't feel bad because you're reaching your goal, because the Bible says to rejoice with those who are rejoicing. Okay, if you can't have no peace with this person, no matter how sweet they are when they sober, you don't need a part-time partner. You need a full-time partner. Okay? Someone who's not going to destroy you, because people saying words hurt. People keep speaking horrible things over you. Trust me, it take a negative effect over you. You got to keep casting down the words that they're saying over you, and that affects you. And not in a good way. So hold your head up. Love yourself. Cut off anything that doesn't serve your greater good. And it doesn't mean you are evil because you let somebody go. And some of these people are going to be relatives, even parents. Everybody who gave birth is not a great parent. Everybody who gave birth is not out for your greater good. It's just not. I'm just saying. And you don't feel good. You have to be a good steward over yourself, your children, your spouse. And it's in the order of self, spouse, children. We all are up under God, and He's a good steward over us. I'm not here to preach right now to say, as you got to be a good steward towards God too. You can't be fornicating. You can't be letting in demons like a flood. But I already know He will denounce you. God don't always strive a man, and He will speak Ichabod over you, which means God has departed. Okay? People always get saying, oh, he married to the backslider. Not long. He'll give you a space to get it together, give you a little grace. And after that, you're going to find out. He'll tell you he's turning you over to Satan for the saving of your soul. Because when the devil get through with you, yeah, you may be running for God. Some don't. You probably won't come back to God. And the only reason you ain't going to come back to God because God ain't drawing you. The only way you can go to God is if He draw you. If He ain't drawing you, I tell people there's people that God don't want. No, how the saying goes, the devil don't want you and God won't have you. You have to make up your mind. Do you want to be blessed? Do you want to achieve your goals? Do you want to be happy? And when you make that decision, sometimes you have to let people go. You have to let places go. You have to let things go. Okay? You do. You have to let spiritual entities go. Okay? Family members. Just because somebody your family member don't mean they good for you. We have family members and we be like, oh Lord, they big liars, they thieves, they have habits. You can't. And that does not make you evil. It makes you wise to safeguard you. Y'all be blessed. I'm that girl, Goddess. And this is Dimensions of Christ. Share, subscribe, and like. It doesn't hurt no one to give me a like. I pray that you be blessed. Bye.